Squan. Hello and welcome, weary parents. Are you dreaming of the day your little one sleeps soundly through the night? I know it can feel like a distant fantasy, but I'm here to tell you it's completely achievable. Welcome to Sweet Dreams, your ultimate guide to helping your baby, and you, get the rest you both deserve. In this video, we'll walk through a complete plan, from creating the perfect sleep environment to establishing a calming bedtime routine. We'll cover everything you need to know to turn those restless nights into peaceful slumbers. So, take a deep breath, grab a cup of tea, and let's get started on this journey to better sleep for your entire family. First things first, let's talk about the absolute basics. Think of it as a pre-flight check before your baby takes off to dreamland. The foundation of good sleep is comfort. Start by making sure your baby has a clean, dry diaper. A wet diaper is one of the most common culprits for waking a baby up, so a fresh one just before bed is a must. Next, ensure your baby has a full tummy. A hungry baby is not a sleepy baby, whether you're breastfeeding or bottle feeding. Make sure they've had a satisfying feed. You don't want hunger pangs interrupting their rest just an hour after you've put them down. Lastly, let's talk about the room temperature. Babies can't regulate their body temperature as well as we can. The ideal temperature for a baby's room is typically between 68 and 72 degrees Fahrenheit or 20 to 22 degrees Celsius. Dress them in one more layer than you would wear. A sleep sack is a fantastic and safe option to keep them cozy without the risks of loose blankets. Getting these three fundamentals, right clean diaper, full tummy, and comfortable temperature sets the stage for successful sleep. It's all about removing any obvious discomforts so your baby can relax and drift off. Now that we've covered the basics of comfort, let's design the perfect sleep sanctuary for your little one. The environment plays a massive role in signaling to your baby that it's time to sleep. Our goal is to mimic the calm, dark, and soothing environment of the womb. The first step is to make the room dark. And I mean really dark. Even a little bit of light from a street lamp or a crack under the door can be stimulating for a baby. Investing in blackout curtains is one of the best things you can do for your baby's sleep. They're a total game changer, especially for daytime naps and during those bright summer evenings. Next, let's talk about sound. The world outside the womb was not silent. It was filled with the constant whoosh of your heartbeat and blood flow. A white noise machine can recreate this comforting sound, helping to drown out startling household noises like the doorbell, a dog barking, or older siblings playing. Place the machine across the room from the crib, not right next to your baby's head, and keep the volume at a moderate level, about as loud as a soft shower. Some parents prefer a soft, warm-toned nightlight for those middle-of-the-night check-ins and feedings, which is perfectly fine. Just make sure it's not bright blue or white light, as those can interfere with melatonin production, the hormone that regulates sleep. Creating this dark, quiet, and consistent environment tells your baby's brain this is the place for sleep, making it much easier for them to settle down. With the environment set, it's time to create a predictable and calming bedtime routine. Babies thrive on routine. It gives them a sense of security and helps them understand what's coming next. A consistent bedtime routine is the most powerful cue you can give your baby that sleep is approaching. Your routine doesn't need to be long or complicated. In fact, a simple 20 to 30-minute sequence is perfect. The key is to do the same things, in the same order, at the same time, every night. Let's build a sample routine together. You could start with a warm, relaxing bath. The water is soothing, and the slight drop in body temperature after the bath naturally helps to induce sleepiness. After the bath, gently pat your baby dry, and you can move on to a gentle massage with a baby-safe lotion. This is a wonderful way to bond and help your baby unwind. Use slow, firm strokes on their legs, arms, and back. Following the massage, get them dressed in their pajamas and a sleep sack. Finally, end the routine in their dimly lit bedroom with a quiet activity. This could be reading a story or two, or singing a soft lullaby. Keep your voice low and calm. This entire sequence acts as a clear signal to your baby's brain. Okay, the day is over, and it's time to wind down for sleep. Consistency is everything. Stick to your routine every single night, and soon, your baby will start to get sleepy as soon as you start it. All right, your baby is clean, fed, and relaxed. The room is a perfect sleep haven. Now comes the moment of truth. Putting your baby into their crib day. This is where settling techniques come in. The goal is to teach your baby how to fall asleep independently. A very popular and effective method is called drowsy but awake. This means you do your calming routine. Until your baby is sleepy, their eyes might be drooping, they're yawning, they're calm but they are not fully asleep in your arms. You then place them in their crib while they are still technically awake. This gives them the opportunity to practice the skill of falling asleep on their own without being rocked or fed to sleep if they fuss. You can offer gentle comfort, like patting their tummy or making a shushing sound, but try to avoid picking them up immediately. For newborns and younger infants, swaddling can be a magical tool. A snug swaddle helps prevent their startle reflex from waking them up and recreates that secure, womb-like feeling. Just make sure you're swaddling safely, leaving room for their hips to move. And stop swaddling once they show signs of trying to roll over. Another helpful tool can be a pacifier. Sucking is a natural self-soothing reflex for babies, and studies have shown that pacifier use at bedtime can help reduce the risk of SIDS. If your baby takes one, it can be a great way for them to settle themselves back to sleep. Remember, the goal here is gentle guidance. You're not leaving them to figure it out alone. You're providing the tools and the opportunity for them to learn this crucial life skill. Even with the best routine, it's completely normal for babies to wake up during the night, especially in the early months. How you handle these nighttime wakings is just as important as the bedtime routine itself. The key is to keep everything calm, quiet, and frankly, a little bit boring. Your goal is to meet their need, whether it's for a feeding or a diaper change, and get them back to sleep as quickly and with as little fuss as possible. When you go into their room, keep the lights as low as possible. Use that dim night light we talked about, not the bright overhead light. This helps keep them in a sleepy state. Speak in a low, soothing whisper, or don't speak at all. Avoid making eye contact or engaging in any playful interaction. This is not the time for smiles, songs, or games. This is business time sleep, business. If they need a diaper change, do it efficiently. If they need to be fed, do so in the quiet of their room. Once their need is met, place them back in their crib, using your drowsy but awake technique if possible. The message you're sending is clear. Nighttime is for sleeping. By keeping interactions minimal and the environment sleepy, you're not reinforcing the waking. 2. You're teaching them that when they wake up at night, it's a brief, calm event before returning to sleep, not an invitation to a middle-of-the-night party. This consistency will help lengthen their stretches of sleep over time. We've covered a lot, from the basics of comfort to the art of the bedtime routine and handling those nighttime wake-ups. I know this can feel overwhelming, especially when you're already sleep-deprived. Please remember to be kind to yourself. There will be good nights and there will be tough nights. Progress is not always a straight line. The most important thing is consistency and patience. You are learning about your baby, and your baby is learning about the world and about sleep. Trust your instincts. You know your baby best. What works for one family might not work for another. So feel free to adapt these suggestions to fit your unique child and your parenting style. You are doing an amazing job. Every small step you take towards establishing healthy sleep habits is a victory. Keep at it, support each other, and don't be afraid to ask for help if you're struggling. You are not alone in this. Soon enough, these sleepless nights will be a distant memory, replaced by the quiet peace of a household that's finally getting the rest it needs. Thank you so much for watching. I hope these tips help you and your little one on your journey to sweet dreams. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and subscribe for more parenting tips. Sleep well.